Welcome back to Arbitrary YouTube channel. In today's class, we are going to learn how to make this beautiful puffy and detail that we see on this dress. You can attach it on the waistline here or on the first area, just like you see on the thumbnail. You can make as many as you want. I'm going to take you through how to cut and sew this. This is what it looks like in front. This is what it looks like on the side. You can see it is coming from the back, and this is what the back looks like. It's a very simple tutorial and it's beginner friendly. If this is something you like to learn, kindly stay tuned to the end of this tutorial. So to make this glove, you just need your fabric. I'm using a velvet fabric. Of course, we know velvet is not stable, so I ironed air stay to it to stabilize it a little bit. So the amount of fabric you need depends on how much you want the glove to wrap around. So you can basically just go over to your mannequin and just measure that. But for me, I think I have about 40 inches or 42 inches here. Okay, remember it's going to be 2. So I'm going to put that on fold to cut. So once you put it on fold, you should have the amount of fabric you need to wrap after putting it on fold. So I think I have 21 inches there, or 22, which is fine for me. So let me just leave it at around 20 inches. So after that, you just place your arm on the, you spread your arm on the fabric like this, and then you put it downwards. So you pick your chalk, and then you're going to go ahead and mark around it. So when you're marking, you leave like sort of allowance on top like this, and then you mark. My chalk is not showing, so I'm going to withdraw it once I'm done. So you're just marking around your finger. I hope my hair is not covering the video. You are marking around your fingers, and then we sew. I hope you can see what I'm doing. I want my hair to cover the video. So after marking the fingers, you come back and then mark upwards like this. So this part as well, you can make it thin or big depending on how you want it to be. I don't want it too big, so that's why I move my hand to just reshape it. It's just the finger that has to be on your finger level. So that's what we have now. So if you want the finger to be longer here, you can extend it a little bit. Okay, you can do whatever it is you want, since you have like a template, which is your own finger here already. So what I'm going to do now is to pin this down and then take it to the sewing machine, and then I'm going to sew on the chalk lines. So I want to sew before I cut. You can also cut it out before you sew. So I'm going to pin it now. Okay, so I'm done sewing now. So the next thing now is to take your scissors and then cut around your seam. Make sure you don't cut into your seam. So exactly what you have there is what you are going to cut. Then after cutting it, you are going to turn it to the right side. So when you are cutting into the fingers, you take your time and make sure you don't cut inside it, but make sure the inner corners you cut as much as possible so that you can turn it fully and easily. So you can see how I cut this. So that's what you're going to do for all of them. I don't want to show everything because of time. I'm just repeating the same thing so that this video will not be too long. When you are done cutting, this is what you're going to have. So you just gently turn everything outside like this. So especially the fingers. I have my pencil here. So when I turn it, I'm going to be dipping the pencil in so that I can bring it out. So you make sure that you bring everything out. Okay, turn it out very well. You can see once you dip something, don't just make sure that what you are dipping is not too deep, too sharp, so that it doesn't cut it off. So that's how you're going to bring it out one after the other. You can see I've brought out the second finger. So you can see this is the small first one, this is the second one. You go over to the third one and then bring it out as well. Okay, so make sure that all your five fingers are out. Once they are out, this is what it's going to look like. So if you notch very well, it's going to open up. That is why I said you should make sure you notch into it and reduce your seam allowance. So once they are out like that, you are going to bring your fiber and then you start stuffing it in. So you are going to stuff all of the fingers first. Okay, you are going to stuff the fingers first before you stuff the rest of the bodies. So from this upper part here, you are going to put it inside, and then I'm going to use the same pencil that I used to bring it out to fill each of the fingers one after the other. Okay, so you fill it, you fill it in. So this is just going to give it an imitation of the hand. It's going to become bouncy and full. So you can see as I'm filling it, you can see that it's taking a shape already. You are going to stuff it with the, you can see what we have here. You can see that it's no longer soft like other ones. You are going to fully stuff everything in like this. Okay, so now this is what it looks like. You capture it as much as possible, and when you are stuffing, you make sure that you stuff in a way that it resembles a hand. Don't make it too puffy. Okay, make it to imitate what a finger looks like, and you stuff all the fingers very well. Make sure that they are all well stuffed. So once you are done stuffing like this, on the upper part we are going to close it up. Okay, make sure that your hand is not bending so you can see how it is lying now. So here you just put the last one that you want to put, and then on the upper part here you just fold it inwards like this, and then you go ahead and hem it, or you sew it on your sewing machine. Just make sure that this part is closed. So now you go ahead and take it to your sewing machine, to your clothes, and then you tack it to it. So I'm going to take it to the mannequin now so that I can show you how you are going to be tacking this. So I'm on the mannequin and I'm going to be attaching this to this dress. Okay, so you can attach it anywhere. You can attach it on the bust area like this. Like I said, my arm is not that long, so if you want it to go around your bust, you need to measure where you want it to be, so that it can go around easily. But you can attach it like this, but for me, so that it can have some form of fitting, I'm going to be attaching it on the waistline like this. So to attach it, all you just need to do is to take your thread and needle, and then you use that to attach it. But tentatively, I'm going to use my pin to hold them in place so that I can see how I want it to look like. So once you have a shape that you like, then you go ahead and then tack the places that you pinned. You are going to tag them permanently so that they can be attached. So I've tagged this on that part, then I want it to go like this. So if you are not okay with it, if you want to bring it forward again, you just remove it. So now I'm going to go ahead and thread my needle, and I will start tacking. Okay, or you can still hold with your pen, can hold more. So you are going to thread your needle like this, and then you go ahead and start tacking them together. So please make sure you use a matching color of thread, or use an invisible thread so that you can have it as invisible as possible. So you can see that I have tacked it together like this. So you tack it multiple times, and then you tie and cut off the thread. So you go over to the second finger, and then you tack it. So anywhere you see that it looks as if it's not well tacked, you go ahead and tack that part. So I'm not going to tack so much because of course this is a tutorial. So I'm going to cut that there, and then go ahead and tack the middle. I just want to tie this way so that it's going to stay in place. So now I'm going to cut this, then I'll go back to the next finger. Place it however you want it to be. So you can see I'm placing it like this, and then I'm going to go ahead and tack that too. So I'll come here, pick a little bit of my thread, and then a little bit of the finger as well, and then continue tacking like that. So that is how you're going to tack everything to it, just as simple as that. I'm going to do this off camera so that it's not going to be long, and then I will go ahead and show you what this looks like. But you can see that I've already stayed like this. So I'm going to tie it there and cut off the thread and go over to the next finger. Okay, so now I'm done tacking it. You can see what we have. So I tacked on the fingers, and then I went ahead to tack at the back where I pinned earlier. So you can see now that all the pins are out. You can also tack at the midpoints if you want as well. But I just tacked it at the back and the fingers because this is of course a tutorial. You can see how beautiful this is looking. You can attach as many hands as you want. I hope you enjoy making this beautiful tutorial with me. If you enjoyed it, let us know in the comment section. Like, comment and subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.